Uh, I might just dip on the camera. Uh, I don't know. Real quick, I wanted to sample the reprise. I don't know what prize means. It's not with a Z, it's with an S. I keep thinking revised. It's difficult to find. The drum track alone. I had always been familiar with the regular. It's a very short song. It's like 1 minute. In the last hour or so, I've heard the song, and the video that I watched on my computer, and because there is no music video, was Prince Party Man song from that '80s song, and music video. I mean, I watched just the video portion, but I added the soundtrack here, and that was the soundtrack of the original, not like really the original, but from 1988, Tim Burton's Batman, the one that I had on VHS and everything. Let me exit YouTube, and I had to sample this first. It's called the Reprise, so this better be the one. I'm trying to think. That's not the one. It doesn't start off with a bang. It has a different drum track. And what's so strange is I found the isolated bass, or isolated drums, only the drums of this. And it sounds at one portion of the video like the introduction to Apocalypse Now. And that has the song The End, The Doors, The End. This is the end. And the soundtrack on top of the music is a whirring helicopter noise in slow motion. It's like... I bought a Mouth Sounds book after I graduated high school and I started college, and one of those was the helicopter sound in slow motion, but that's not really here or there. John is who I'm referring to. John would like this in my cover photo update. I'm recording, this looks like an apple right here. I'll point to it. This, right, yeah. That looks like an apple. There's some picture that I saw, I think it was from here. It looks at some point like there's a little tweet, like a little Twitter bird. And that, the most fitting song of the Carlton dance from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, everyone thinks is a joke because it's how should I rephrase that? From Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Carlton, Will's younger cousin, who sort of acts as his younger brother, because he's the bigger man is Will, of course. And how am I going to phrase this right? The dance that he's doing, it's not Apache Jump on It. That's what this show is most famous for. When they dress up as Indians and do a dance for everyone, both Will and Carlton. But Carlton alone has the dance that everyone thinks is really funny, and that goes perfectly with this. That's from the 1990s. In the 1980s, everyone did the robot dance, like the song Mr. Roboto, but it actually fits with this song better, I would imagine, because there's no music video. They have an animated promotional short on John's official channel, and I left a comment there saying I'm your biggest fan. We're your biggest fan club. I don't think that joke is too soon to make. I mean, the events of 1980, he and the Beatles founded this Apple Corps company. And when they say club in the band, it sounds like Corps, like C-O-R-P-S, Corps, like the Peace Corps or the Marine Corps. And the word band, they pronounce it differently. They pronounce it with British English accent. British English accent. That's really something. Atlanta, ATL, less. If I add one S here, it becomes beatless. Like Ulysses S. Grant, Sergeant Pepper, Johnny Comes Marching Home, that Civil War song. Here's John. Johnny Carson. Here's Johnny was his meme. The meme opens the show. John, that I made a post about yesterday, during the Civil War, the Confederate General John Stonewall Jackson, He stood there like a stone wall. And quite a few other things. The city I was born and raised in, Euless, right? Euless. And during the 1990s, I watched a lot of Fresh Prince, Home Improvement, The Simpsons, just the standard things on the channel of basic access. That's the thing, is I didn't have cable. I was unfamiliar with anything on cable, really, especially MTV and VH1. Cable news, CNN. I'm still unfamiliar with it, to be quite honest. And anyways, so with Home Improvement, everyone knew Home Depot, and this new store came around, Lowe's. It's kind of like Walmart versus Target. One is a bit more expensive to shop at. And Lowe's did a commercial trying to be like, hey, we're kind of like Walmart compared to Target of Home Depots, you know. And they had a worker out front with a little, she was holding a T, and she said, all I have to do is put a little T at the end of Lowe's name, Lowes, apostrophe S, and add a T, and it becomes lowest, as in lowest prices, less expensive than Home Depot. So if I had one S here, right? There's also Regals, rhymes with Beagles. Regal, like the Buick Regal, it means royal, and that's of course what Great Britain is most known for. So many things. I really haven't even analyzed this, but the idea of I could take more imprints of them in different eras, the group, and replace everyone else in this photo with them, or just any one of them. John, Ringo, John, Paul, and George. I could take any one of them and take pictures from their music videos during their early era in the 1960s. They had some great music videos, but I'm not going to do that. What I can do is take a bunch of music videos that succeeded this long after, like Prince Party Man song, for example, and the Carlton Dance. They both do the splits in that. I'd never tried. I went skiing a few years ago and I accidentally did the splits. I don't think I ever want to try that again. Halfway down the mountain. And what else? That's not the right one. I'm just trying to sample it. That's what the normal one sounds like, and the drums are not even noticeable. Yet in the reprise, the drums are extreme. And I'm going to have to follow the link that I put over here. Here's the rendition I did today. The last most recent thing I've realized is that this looks like a heart-shaped box, because I'm thinking clubs, like the playing cards, hearts, like the playing cards. I tried to start to draw it with my little pen on my laptop, and HP Elite book. It was about $70, and yeah, the rest is history. This was supposed to be like this video is supposed to be just flipping through. Because I want to see, like, I joined in 2006, and here I am replying to stuff that people said to me in 2006, like, how are you still alive? Stuff like that. After we graduated high school in September, that was like 3 months after we graduated. Now everybody's rejoining on Facebook. It's like a never-ending high school reunion over here. And now I took this picture, then, and posted it in 2019. That was 3 years ago. My good buddy growing up, his nickname for me was Pet Rhinoceros, like Pet Reno. And that's what he says right here. And I blocked it out with the highlighter. I was using the same Windows Snippet app, kind of like Windows Paint. It's just built in with the operating system. And so here I'm replying to something someone said to me this long ago. It is just kind of funny. That's what's funny to me. But I replied to that with put tree yes, kind of like David Petraeus, the former general, But when I had the flag, I didn't know where to put it, so I put it in a tree, and that was cool. I thought that was cool. I mean, it reminded me of Electric Avenue song when he says, "No place to hang all our washing," like George washing a ton of flags or something. So I made one flag here. I was gonna try to draw the Kingdom of Great Britain flag. I decided not to. What else? It's not really self-explanatory, but in the Windows Snippet app, it has a classic vintage physical highlighter simulator. So that's what this is. I accidentally chose that as the color, the highlighter, and then I filled it in with yellow. I retraced the purple portions to make them more visible. But yeah, Heart-Shaped Box, that's a 90s song. I didn't even mean it. That even kind of looks like a tiny, tiny little heart inside the box. The question mark. Yours truly, David. That's, of course, my Facebook comment. Because when was that? In around here, they added the prompter. No, in 2009, I remember. In 2009, Facebook added the prompter that said, "What's on your mind?" And as far as I know, that's still there. So I call myself yours truly. If you're mine, it sounds like, I've mentioned it before. The last time I updated my photo was March 2020, and I deleted this. And it was just a black screen. At least that's what I always saw. I don't know what other people saw, what kind of weird feature that activated. I'm like the only person that I've ever seen that has no cover photo. Until today, I made this. It's like I'm going to update my cover photo. Everyone, kind of like the movie The Matrix, has an idea of what it is. As far as I know, in the 1970s, the earliest computer animator he used old World War II computers that were for artillery pieces, calculating trajectories of projectiles, and he converted it into what we know now as Pixar. Movies like Toy Story and stuff. He had something called The Matrix 1, 2, and 3 in about 1970. And it had a lot of this theme of, he made the first music videos of the idea that music can be not only seen, but it can also be heard. And that's this heart, kind of looks like heard. There's an ear in it. There's an ear in the word hearts. And Bone Thugs and Harmony, of course, like the Lone Ranger over here, Lonely Hearts, Lone Thug in synchronization, in sync. What just happened? Did I accidentally press a button? I think I actually pressed a button. Let me just showcase my grandfather, great-grandfather, and father here from Cleveland. Of course, there's Uncle Vincent, right? Like Da Vinci. He would be 570 years old this year. My father just turned 70, so they're very similar in my opinion. Objectively, not from like my personal opinion. Let me open this again. USS Yellow Submarine. Check the initials like KGB, Kingdom of Great Britain. This is octopus. This is like a Halloween thing, right? That'd be a cool Halloween costume, like octopus on a person's face or whatever. This is generally in a flag, like the cap of it is a little bird like that in America. I mean, I don't know. And here's the quote that I wrote. Here's a revised edition. The link said something about a radio. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just waiting for the drums to kick in. It's like boom, boom, ch, boom, boom, ch. Buddy, you're a boy. Make a big noise. You're a big boy. Still celebrating my dad's birthday yesterday. That's the hardest hitting drum beat I think I've ever heard. Like, if I'm just going to be honest. And it goes through the whole song, too. So that was just a sample. A lot of these are on lock. It's from 2019. 2019. This has something to do with Hugo. Boss, I don't know. Really got no comment. These were things. This was not my suits, but that looks all right. That would be cool thing to have. What I was trying to emulate was the scene in Goodfellas when he's going through his suits in his room. The main character, the storyteller of it, the narrator of it. That's a screenshot from YouTube. No comment. No comment. Here's a comment. Used with permission. And today I came up with based on a fake story. That's really something. And in the song that where I came up with that is Prince Party Man. And what's so funny is in the song, what he says, no place in this fiction for this, But he says nation. I read the captions today. He says, no place in this nation. But it sounds like fiction when he says that. Anyways, based on a fake story. Disclaimer. I got a lot of disclaimers. I don't like this one. I don't think I'll unlock it. I was going to unlock some of these. This one's a banger. I really got no comment. Maybe I'll come back and follow that link that's in the description. Windows, standard, background, black and blue. My old car. I'm trying to physically paint it myself. And I added a cartoon filter on it. Oh, I chiseled this logo into the top of it. That was cool. That was an old PlayStation 2 video game. I got 16 comments down here. I think I've made a video like this before trying to showcase. Here's a skateboard of education. That's a longboard. That's a lot bigger than like a regular skateboard would only be about this large here. Oh, this is for the Rasa, the song, early 90s song. It's one of the most awesome. I mentioned it yesterday. Uno momento, por favor. ... For la raza. Boom, 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 boom. It's like really funny. The cat's like got these blueprints and plans to make a rocket. Rocket League, I don't know. There's a link that I'll have to follow. That was a real picture I took. This is railroad simulator. And funny enough, when I ride my scooter now and go shopping, I got something very similar to this. And this one, I thought I had superimposed Facebook on here. I don't know what happened, where that went. It's just gone. This, I think, is kind of funny. Kind of really funny. I was trying to point to both the busyness. USS busyness. Like the United States ship of business. The boss. I don't know. Nice. That was an old picture. Even though I uploaded this in 2018, I took that in 2014. This is when I started trying to rap. I started trying to rap in 2014, 2015-ish. In the mirror when I had a bachelor pad, aka like below a one-bedroom apartment in a really nice area, high-class area, really cheap living space, inexpensive living space. What's the apartment? Studio apartment. Here's from. Why can't I even think of the song right now? When I saw this music video, I was like blown away. It's all animated. It's called like I Ain't the One. I'll never remember. It's going to take me a while. I'll have to update that. This is so funny because I added this. This was in 2016. I tried to draw this today. I didn't make that, that's for sure. Trip to Los Angeles at the club. I can show in GTA 5 Los Angeles, aka Los Santos, where that was. I got real pictures of it, the place and everything. This is a time capsule. The garage hasn't looked like this in a long time. And this is, funny enough, as I changed the chain, I was changing the chain, and this is ultimately the mud. When it got covered up in quicksand and mud, that's what did it in. It's sunk in through there's a cap here, a gas cap, that has a hose in it that I didn't think was necessary, but when it went completely underwater, I had to tow it out with the Mitsubishi Lancer, the sports race car that I showed earlier. I towed it myself. I went off-roading and I towed it out of the mud with a something I got at Lowe's, Home Depot or whatever it's called, home improvement store. It's never been the same because I ride it home after that. I drove the car home. Somehow I got there, walked, or someone took me to the woods, and then I rode it home and it started sputtering out because it was mud in the gas tank. So kind of like a banana in the tailpipe type thing. This is a street legal bike. This is so funny because my earliest memories of roller coasters were with my mom at Six Flags at the Looney Tunes section. The most fun I'd ever had in my life up to that point, toddler age, 5 years old. And then around the same age, we went to Wet n Wild with my father. We took the Black Hole, which is the largest, scariest ride at Wet n Wild, and I couldn't help but make this face. And it always embarrassed me. Every time I'd have to do that. It was like an involuntary expression. Here's what I used a sports car to tow off-roading. Messed up the car probably too, both of them. Kaput. Kaput. Rino. That's my last name. She was from France, and that's the end of that story. Oh my gosh. Goodness. This is from September 2014. These were comments about stuff that happened to me. Like, my greatest fear is that there's this like secret place on the internet that I don't know about, that people are talking about me. Like, and that's all right, but like, it's kind of spooky too. There were 100 comments and 100,000 views. I really did say this last night on my scooter. As I was trying to figure out where I was going to get something to eat, there was a worker that looked like they had worked a long shift going to get in their car. And as I just rolled by, there was other people on the other side of the street. It wasn't just she and I. I was like, can I really socialize, like drive-by socialize? I said, "Milady," and she started like chuckling. Like she thought it was funny. So, whoo, this is something. I thought this was a woman writing that. And when guys use that word, Dave Chappelle, a great comedian, just once again sang the song "Creep" at a concert. That's like his favorite song. I think his favorite song is "She's a Brick House." I need a brick house. That's his voice. That's his voice, like almost 100% of the time he's talking, to entertain. And when he sings "Creep," that's awesome. The Radio Shack song, Radiohead, whatever. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm ugly, like a really disgusting person. I mean, I don't know how it makes me feel. As an aging person, like, now that I'm, like, elderly, like, almost 37, I'm 34. This can't be found. I had found the archive somewhere, and I think I took a capture of everything people said. It's just, I was cracking up reading this stuff. It was, like, surreal, and it was so really just, made me feel really weird. And this is funny because this is a tabletop jump, and the ground is like right here, literally. My phone's sitting on the ground here, and it's so much easier. Like, I'm the biggest P word when it comes to bike jumps. Like, I love riding really fast and doing wheelies like this. I'm yelling like, ah. In this video here, that's just a capture. There's all houses here now. This was in 2013. They built the houses in 2015. They started to. And that's my space. Available to friends. That was from 2012. My first, I guess they added that feature. So I suppose that's all. That's a heck of a long video. It's supposed to be shorter than a minute to upload for YouTube Shorts or Facebook Shorts. One of my videos on my channel has none other than 2,000 views. What are my favorite parts of this song? I have no idea. Here's the most replayed, this peak right here above the red dot. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine Paul or John, I don't know who sings that, like recording this and like how angry and upset he looks. And I cracked up when it looks like Cyberdyne is what it says here. And how it says bull right there in the center. The word club backwards is bull. Bull club. A message. Tony says, what did he say? He said he's the internet's most awesome cyberbully. And what's so funny is I was just dissing him for being a cyberbully in the chat. And I can show that. I don't know. Should I just briefly show the setup that Tony has here? He's like a serious, real Tony Montana. And it's really funny to me. Alright. So here's just some videos I uploaded today. Let me reintroduce myself. I accidentally uploaded one video twice. They used to not allow re-uploads. I don't know, YouTube does now. The cost of an hour's worth of video to the internet is like a fraction of a penny, whereas in 1990 it was like something like $50,000 to put 1 hour of video on the internet. Where's the video with all the views? This one right here. Big ballin', smashing, making my ends. Funny enough, this is really what Prince's Party Man music video looks like right here at the very bottom. Those colors, and you know, he always talks about the purple banana in his Go Crazy song. Big ball and smashing, making my ends. Big ball and smashing, making my ends. I'm gonna watch it again because I didn't. There's something else about that music video though. Oh, at the very end of the music video, it shows everybody asleep, and he's like diluting the water aquarium with some kind of black liquid. And what's funny enough, a playlist that I made. Here's my most recent playlist, worth watching. I made this video, and this video. I made 3 of them, and they're different channels. Oh, no, is it on my... No, it is on... No, it's this one, Letters to Plato's Republic. Okay, so these are all my writings here. It's like hours worth of my writings at rapid speed. It's like 500 posts in sort of like a men's locker room, private education, fraternity section of the internet. And this right here, the leader of this, you know, CEO, whatever, goes by Tyler from the... He gets his name Tyler Durden from the Fight Club movie. And this...
Of the babies on the line. Tyler, is there a peaceful solution? Told we have the leader of the babies on the line.
Holy moly. That looks like a garden hose. Holy moly. Texas? You're from Texas? You know what they got in Texas?
Told we have the leader of the babies on the line. Tyler, is there a peaceful...
Give peace a chance.
Solution possible?
Yeah. And this is like Woodstock. It's supposed to be like Woodstock here. And the band's called Roofy. That's what this says. R-O-O-F-I. Roofy. And from this random season that I have on DVD that has all these references from like 2004-ish is where I got this. You know, my first video here in one of my first old playlist. I made this favorites playlist like close to 20 years ago.
To win at galactic warfare, take determination, and most of all, the
Nice. I've tried to pause it here before. That looks like Risk or something.
strategic mind of a brilliant military genius. I lose again!
That's how most people feel about StarCraft. That's not how I feel about it. As long as she's crafty. These are old videos. There's a way to search YouTube with a semicolon and what this is before or after year, and I've recently discovered that. What am I looking for? My top videos. One of the oldest clickbait videos online, and it doesn't even have a fake thumbnail. It references Appetite Destruction, NWA, and Guns N' Roses album, NWA song, and these are all built-in sounds to the game that I added. I didn't add that sound that it's making is when a pylon's being built. This is a pylon. This is the voice of the guy, Arturus. Those sounds are all real. You know, I even added he narrates the countdown at the very end. You know what? It's probably in a different video. I have no idea. This was before StarCraft 2. Anyways, from 2008. I don't know. From even older than that. But why did I show that though? Just an old channel? Yeah, the channel, you know, I was playing around the time that I had this my channel here. That it's like a purple banana, something, I don't know. And it really looks like Style, aka Neil Strauss, one of my teachers, the online private school and stuff. So that's all. Long video.